sometimes you're like, okay, this person, kuna saa tu unakaanga hivi chini and now you're reflecting, you're like, ngoja. Last time, this person did the same thing. Okay, nikai let go. You didn't even address it. This time, same thing. Nikai achilia. So I feel like this person is taking advantage of my kindness and inanikwaza because...
Hey, hold up, wait a minute. Inakuwa?
Ilimradi.
Sembuse. You're listening to the Whisper It Loud podcast. Hi, my name is Wamuyu from Kenya and you're listening to the Whisper It Loud podcast. And we're in episode number 8 and I am so grateful. It's been an amazing journey. And actually today's conversation is about boundaries and entitlement. I feel like people are so entitled with so much time, our money.
You yourself.
Yeah, me, myself, my body. What else?
Even parents, by the way, they're entitled to us. Kuja. You're expected to come home then immediately. You can't even have like a say. Especially when you're younger, I feel so.
I feel like it's just their right.
Exactly. Entitlement.
Oh,
you
sorry.
Feel like it's your right.
It's like their right.
Okay. I won't say it's their right. Okay, I have no dispute because first of all, see, I'm a parent.
Oh, yeah,
so I would not say that I don't have a right to dictate. But I feel like when someone is not comfortable doing it, don't force them to. Like, for example, a child. Okay, funny example. Sijui kwa nini tunalazimishangwa we eat a lot. Even my daughter, like, ameshiba ako like staki no you have to eat lazima umalize. In my mind I'm like this is good for you, but they don't want that and maybe inaweza wapea trauma ukijiambia unawasaidia. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, I get your point and it's quite interesting because I've never thought of it like that. Like for me I'm like mtoto anafaa kule, so it's,
you see, because as a human, like your mind, you're an adult, you know the advantages, you know all of that, but inaweza kuwa ukweli ameshiba and their stomach can't take anymore, because imagine you're giving them intervals mingi, maybe the previous portion ulimpea more juu umemesha na macho.
Actually somebody was saying that mtoto hezi jiacha a starve
obviously
akufe. So if they're hungry they should. Actually when I was listening to this, it was Muruka what she was saying, that what we should stop normalizing. For how mostly was talking about kuchapa mtoto. Those are things that, but anyway, today's topic, sisi kwa nini tuna debate tukiwa na wewe, by the way, wacha ni focus. I'm focusing.
Unanipoteza kwa content.
Okay. So how do you identify that you want to, like, this is a boundary for you?
Okay, personally,
or what is boundary for you, for starters?
I think boundary is more like limit. I don't know if I am explaining a word with a word, but even if you say like a square, a boundary is the limit. Like you can't go over the border to the other side.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like everyone has different limits.
Yeah.
And they take this differently. Like your boundary is not the same as mine.
Yeah, that's true.
And maybe me as a person, I feel like aiwe. Kama me, I think that's okay.
More easy going compared to me, I'll just be like, boss.
Stop, yeah.
How?
Unakuja sana. Una cross.
Stay. Exactly. And talk about relationships. So it can be friendships, partners, romantic relationships. And when do you identify that, bro, this, unakuja sana actually. Yeah, this is for you. Because for me, actually, the other days when I realized I've been too generous when it comes to money. Especially with my friends. And now I'm learning to say no. And it's not something that people are accustomed to. And therefore, there's a lot of antagonism. Because it's not a familiar thing for them. So, yeah. What is something that you feel like you're putting across nowadays, and what caused that?
I feel like, okay, let's say a few years or months back, I'd say a people pleaser. Not really a people's pleaser, but putting people's feelings before mine. And it's normal for people maybe who are raised by very generous people, ama ile unajua. Let me be selfless kidogo. I can wale wenye how will I put it? I don't know the best way to phrase this, but there's people who think that maybe if I have 2 pieces and one is bigger, and because I'm the one who divided it, let me take the smaller one and have this other person. And it was not even intentional that uli divide, ukaacha aka kengine kakakuwa kadogo, you know. Maybe ulikata tu then uko, seems like it's because this is smaller. Yeah. So you end up taking the smaller one. And it's not your fault. Ama you ask someone, which one do you want? They're like, Missy Joy. Me, if you ask me which one do I want, okay, I'll pick the bigger one.
Ewe na excuse una pole. Una pole.
Excuse sina.
Si samahani.
Si samahani. You're boring into my language. I love that.
I know.
Co-host. Samahani.
Yeah. And I think people should realize that when it comes to boundaries, it's not easy to say no. And another thing is that tuache
kuforce issues. But honestly, I feel like sometimes it's not about forcing issues. It's about maybe you have too much faith and you're always convincing yourself that maybe it's not time to let go. Because, okay, we can talk about relationship breakups. Hizo unaweza ulie, but you can move on. But friendship breakups, I think they hurt more. Personally, me, I think they hurt more.
That is true. And I think for me, I've experienced it so much. Mpaka I'm wondering. I think hata nashinda nikiji-announce hapa vile nimeshinda niki-experience friendship breakups. I'm like, you're like, enough wow. is enough. I'm not saying it again.
No, but that happens. That happens when now you put your foot down and you're like, okay, this will make people around me uncomfortable, but I want to do it. Because right now, I feel like that's what I want.
That's true.
Because like I was telling you before, to digress Tena, when I realized, because I was too selfless. So I was a people pleaser. Like I would do anything for someone. Like maybe niambie mtu, hi, can you come through at 2? They're like, sawa, you 2 ifike, maybe they don't pick up. Of course you'll feel hurt. Because you know, even you were supposed to go. And then maybe at 3 they call you and they're like, where something came up, I can't pull through. And you know you'll feel bad. Because you've always shown up. You've always doing the most. Like you're stretching more than people are stretching for you. So ukifika your point, ukuja into that realization that, I'm doing the most. And I think I need to put myself first. And my feelings first.
Actually, yesterday I was when I was doing the prep for this episode, I was listening to Len Ngugi, and in regards to there was a situation for her. She used to move in with a guy even after like 2 months or something, but then now she's in her 30s and she has realized that she's now putting boundaries. Hata kwake sahi hakuna kukanyaga until she's now confirmed, like kabisa, we are headed to the same direction. Then what pushes you to that point and you're like, now this is my boundary? And is it maturity? Is it the experience you go through? What?
I feel like mostly it's maturity and yes, experiences, and from these experiences you pick lessons.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're like, okay, this person, you know, kuna satu unakaanga hivi chini and now you're reflecting, you're like, ngoja, last time this person did the same thing. Okay, nikai let go. You know, you didn't even address it. This time, same thing. Nikai achilia. So I feel like this person is taking advantage of my kindness and inanikwaza because
hey, hold up, wait a minute. Inakuwa?
Ilimradi.
Sembuse. Inakuwa bilaula ama inakuwa?
Yes, la haula. La haula. La haula. Inanikwaza in my heart. I'm not at peace with any of this. Sindo kukwaza. Inakwaza moyo. Because you've never had that word.
Me, I'm just like,
kwa insha tu.
Waluya na Kiswahili.
Well. Yeah.
Maybe.
I think I'm very comfortable speaking Kiswahili more than I am with English. I don't know.
What I'm getting to realize with time is that siwezi ji-express na English fluent.
You have to ask kidogo
full Kiswahili. Kidogo nimeingiza hapo Kikuyu in the middle.
Digivia. I think consistency just bears fruit. It won't be immediately, but eventually too you'll get there.
Not force
issues nazo tutaforce.
Yeah, I think we can do it.
We are doing it.
True. When do you realize your worth?
I think it takes time. And okay, when do you realize your worth?
In order now to create boundaries.
I feel like being in the moment. You're here and you're here. You're not here and you're thinking about what happened, what's distracting you, the struggles that you're going through. So everything that you do and you're present, like, I think gives you an upper hand because you're feeling it. And I think the gut is the strongest, but the sixth sense is the strongest sense. Itakuambia, if it's going wrong, you'll be like, no. Imagine najiconvince, but I'm forcing.
Yeah, that's true actually. But I think that's something that you're ignoring alafu ndio to affect later on.
Yeah. Unajikuta tu wewe uko hapo, you're telling yourself, hey, okay, I'm here, but maybe you're thinking about other things. You cannot be yourself around someone. That's also something. Maybe you're around your friends and you have to behave a certain type of way.
But for me, I feel like self-worth comes more, or I'm able to identify it the older I've become, where now I know my true worth in the sense that, when you read things and then you're like, wait, now that resonates with me. Also, when you do therapy and then you asked a few questions and then you're like, wait, hold up. You're getting to realize yourself even more. And then depending on the people you surround yourself with, you get to learn so many things and you're like, okay, maybe I'm not that kind of a person. I am this kind of a person. So it's a constant growth, but then you also have to realize where you are at that particular point, your worth. Because I got to realize people will treat you vile umejiweka. Wewe kama unataka kwa ule chali mwenye atashinanga kiambia siendee jacket kwa gari.
Wewe unaendea jacket.
Ama wewe utakonga watu wanangoja ufike ndio decide chenye drink wanachagua hiyo siku. You have to realize where are you. And also sometimes it's unfortunate that also money really affects as a person. But kuna watu wenye wananga do lakini wanajuanga kukua. The nini?
I know.
The center.
Baka ule mwenye akona do anaambiwa wewe si una buy JD sawa. Wewe si una buy Mattel. Whatever mnataka sawa.
Yeah, I don't know. Baby, am an inborn?
I think some people are just born leaders really. You can't teach people that. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like self-realization or self-worth is just, it's haina dictation that ati ukikuwa 28 and you have gone through life this and this, you have a career and you have maybe a family and you've done certain things, then you know you as yourself and your worth and you realize that this is what I deserve. No. Kuna mtu anajua what they deserve at 19 and they're millionaires and they're conquering the world, and maybe it's not because of who raised them, it's just in them.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me, the other day I was Villainy Manzai podcast and I'm realizing, wait, I'm talking to 20-year-old people and 22 people who are already podcast. I feel like, why did I not know this before? But then pia najikonsole najiambia, I mean, angalia kama Morugi, what time they are starting their own podcast. Angalia mse kama Adele Onyango when they are starting their own podcast. So it's never too late. Yeah, ama wasi wa Oscars when wanaanzanga acting at 40.
Yeah.
And you're like, and they, maybe even it doesn't take them such a long time because they already realize who they are, what exactly they want. Ama the same people when you wanaendanga back to school or at an older age, they know why they're going for uni at that particular time.
Yeah, wanasoma hadi masters, and maybe someone is like 50, or someone maybe they've just been working a certain job for so long, then anafika 45 wako and maybe even the kids are already grown and they've left and now they start living for themselves. I feel like haina like nihi na nihisa. It's just like life, very uncertain, very random.
And actually something I want to talk about when it comes to boundaries. I have a couple of friends when it comes to work. It has been really, really affecting them. And it has gotten to a point where they feel like they want to quit. And it's not just one person. That's the worst part about it. It's not 1, 2, 3. It's like a couple of my good friends. And you're like, wait, what's going on? that is it that the the culture we are working in is so toxic, or is it that we have options? We are like, you know what, I cannot tolerate this. Mzazi wangu wako.
Yeah, you know.
So what is the problem? Is it, what do you think is the problem? Is it that we are the ones who feel like kuna the boundaries we are putting, or are we the people who feel like hatuwezi vumilia for that much?
I feel like growing
we are
up
too empowered.
Could be. Growing up, most of us chose courses not because of what we wanted to do or what we liked, but kuna different factors.
Kuna wenye they are very good at their job, but their working environment.
But probably it's something you don't like. Personally, I feel so, because let me tell you something. I feel like watu wengine chose some careers because one, wanajua it has money. Maybe mtu anasema I want to be a lawyer. It's a very prestigious. Everyone holds lawyers a certain way. So you're like, okay, I want to be a lawyer.
I'm a doctor.
Or a doctor or a nurse or whatever, like engineer, you know, ile tu wazazi wako. Kuna watu wengine by the way wamefanya degree for their parents.
Yeah.
But maybe wewe passion yako ama what you like doing is marketing. Like you're very good at talking to people, you're very good at doing events, hizo ma outdoor, siku zenye hauko ndani ya ofisi, you're thriving.
Yeah.
But sasa maybe you're just enclosed between these worlds because of you need to earn a living, and maybe that's the job. Maybe mzazi wako alikwambia mimi niko na connection kwa ofisi fulani, so my course ni kutafutie kazi, so your life moves ahead. So you accepted it because it's your parent na nia anakulipia, but in real sense you didn't want. I feel like if it's something you love, look at even the content creators. So many of them left their jobs, their 9-to-5s, wakaanza.
That is so true.
This,
do you know, imagine the other day nikafikiria Wabosha is an engineer.
Yes. Hata nani, okay, I don't remember what career she was taking, but Joanna K.
Aliacha
9-to-5. Yeah, aliacha 9-to-5. Akaanza tu YouTube channel kushoot content. Saizo, in the beginning, you know how difficult it is. Getting subscribers, getting nini. And then at that time, haikuwa kasai, like everyone is just on the internet and everyone has bundles and Wi-Fi in their house. So it was very difficult to maneuver. But look at her now. She started a whole brand from that. 99% of maybe her net worth or something is from content creation. Nani juu, she believed that much as hainipei pesa sahi, hiyo 9-to-5 inanipei pesa every month, at the end of every month, I'm expecting something. But to be honest, haini fulfill as a person. So, hata environment iko around you itakuwa too toxic. Mimi, I'm the type of person who determines how my day goes. You're having a bad one, that's a you problem.
Oh, yeah.
So, utakuwa umejam hapo, you're trying to tell me things that will annoy me, they will not. And I conditioned myself. It's not like I was like this before. Ungeniambia kitu kama hiyo ingenitrigger, inibo. Na hata ikinibo, obviously itanibo ka 10 minutes, ni move on. But you see, so I feel like if you're doing something that you love, and if you follow what your heart wants, hakuna venye utachoka.
Ukweli. And I feel like those are the things that help you to create your boundary, and you'll be like, you know what, fine, it's not paying. I mean, it's paying quite some time, but then you know what? No.
Fuck this. Okay, sorry. I need to go.
Yeah.
You know. Even the, like, what was I saying? Even the one for the money, you're like, I know, hainipati pesa venye nafa, and obviously, hey, African parents. Oh, ni cameras, na microphones. Sis, I took you to school. I paid sijui how much, you know. Akwapo amekupea amekwambia sijui nilifanya. So seriously, I do all of that and then you decide to be a content. What? You're mad in your head. You know, they're like, wewe ni wazimu tu.
Atosifai.
Exactly.
Hata nakosa nguvu, nakosa uwezo.
But also pia, you can create the boundaries. Let me tell you, even at the workplace, it's you who allow those people to be toxic. Because ukisema, no. You told me, put everything in writing. Mtu akianza kukusomea, you're like, did you send me an email? I didn't see any. So whatever you're telling me is not. Imagine if you're fighting with facts, definitely.
Yeah.
You'll win the case. But kama wako tu hapo unawaogopa, anakuambia kitu, oh my God, ameniribia siku sawa ya this.
I feel like money is on which makes us fear.
Yeah, but let me tell you, you're there for a purpose. See, they know you're able of, as in you're capable of doing the job.
Yeah.
Sasa kama you're capable, huyu mwenye anajaribu kufrustrate juu unapatanga ni mtu mwingine irrelevant juu anaona we ni threat, as in people who are not even they don't even have a say there, they cannot do anything to you.
That's so true.
But tu kona ile woga ya what if, I think these are just things that are bound in our heads.
Okay, so true. That's so true. I think we should learn on how to let God take control actually.
But put your foot down and not let people like
push you
if
around.
they talk nasty back.
If they go low, you know what?
Yeah. You can do limbo. Lala flat.
We're going to hell.
You know, I tell my daughter this every day. Unaona mtu akikuchapa, mchape. Na ukiona anakushinda, niite. I will fight them. I don't care. Because if you tell, as in akigrow na ile mentality ya mtu ananichapa and I cry and I come to report, atakuwa tu ana cry na ana come to report. Nitafika point maybe haizi report.
Ama ile siku yenyewe maybe utakuwa hapo kunini.
You know,
who handle that situation.
So Heriaka kijua you need to fight back, and she is a fighter. She does not let go for nothing. Hata mimi saizi by the way, I can't tell her if she wants this book, she will have this book. Because why don't you want her to have the book? What is it doing
here? Okay.
Exactly. So you should just have that mentality, and whatever you want, go for it. Despite because obviously negatives zinakuanga hapo.
Yeah.
Hizo ma guy huwezi. Guy, umeanza. Aya. Ziko. And they will always be there. Ati, unafanya hiyo? Guy, si kila mtu anaifanya. Sasa utatoa wapi? Okay. You're doing makeup. Everyone is a makeup artist. We know a cheaper one. Ndo una charge. Utapata clients aje na ndo unaanza. How watu hawakusangi?
Okay, that's true. And I feel like they're there to prove yourself, and the next time you're like, you know what, I made it
for you to see.
Yeah. I think sometimes it has to be like a bittersweet kind of situation.
Yes.
Because I'm even nakumbukanga my degree is a bittersweet situation. I made it.
You're like,
it's a constant reminder.
But I like that pia wewe ni wale wa ndio muone. You are saying I can't. Gather. I have an announcement. Kuna assembly.
Microphone 1 2 3. 1 2 3.
Tumefika. Wenye walisema hatuwezi, we are here to tell you that we are here. And yeah. Tulikuwa tu tuna announce. Kama uko na shida sema, raise your hand if you have a problem. And they don't have a problem, you know.
Period.
Exactly. So I think that's the mentality we should carry. Because also, I think hiyo inakusaidia ku create like even mental boundary and what you allow to affect. I think even that is also about what you allow to affect you. Mtu akikuja kwambie, guy, umevaa hiyo top na venye tumbo yako ni kubwa. Akisa the whole day unashinda hivi. Because you're like, oh my God. Ameona tumbo yangu. But you know, if you decide what affects you, na unamwambia, nimevaa. Unajua sasa hii tumbo ni yangu. Na pia hii top ni yangu. Sasa weka uko na shida, wewe ungevaa tu yenye ionyeshi tumbo yako, but me I feel cute this way. So
but it's so true. Actually the other day ndio nani alikuwa anasema actually yako there alikuwa anaongelelea akisema nguo ni yangu na unataka kuniambia ile type nitaivaa nimeivaa ati one time you're like when you only just have one. I'm like excuse me,
ni yako. If you want to wear it every day, watajua aje? How will they know you own it? See a higher.
I love that babe, by the way.
I think for you to press through and to succeed in these times, that is the attitude you should have. Because kuna haters, oh my God. Unaonanga comment ya mtu, you're like, ngoja, who forced you to be here? You're like, seriously, hata si wewe umetumia your comment, but you're like, that was so unnecessary.
Out of place. And you're just like, why?
Sasa hivyo ndo watu wako.
Kwanza Twitter. Hi.
Na TikTok. Hata mimi nakuanga kwanza kwenda kuona.
A funny thing is those hateful comments are the ones which had so many likes. You're just like,
you know,
so talk ngoja kusema hiyo. It's like
nikapi hao walikuwa tu in the same thought.
Like we are constantly pushing for bad negativity.
But like you encourage each other, we support each other, because people are struggling with mental health. So many people. I think even us, we have our lows. Like you have your low ile tuko, oh my God, does it really have to get here?
Because for me, That's true. And it's so sad that people you feel like you will call and, have a shoulder to talk to because you value them as close friends. You're like, uko na issue? Oh, Aki, don't give up. Takwa sawa.
You'll be fine.
You'll just be fine.
You'll be fine.
And then you're like, maybe you're like, see, we meet up and we talk about it. It's like, wow, basi niko job. But nitatafuta.
Tutatafuta time. Nitakuongelesha next week.
And I'm like, if that was the last time you spoke.
Alafu
akwapo eulogy.
I talked to her.
Imagine.
We were supposed to meet the next week. I feel bad that I did not meet.
Please don't talk on my day of eulogy.
You're not dying. What do you mean?
But I'm just saying.
But I think that is also something that's called entitlement. I remember another friend of mine used to tell me, you're doing the most for people. But one day they might make it or might even not, or you might need something in return and you mention it. Now wakuangalie straight dead us in the face. Wakuulize, did I ask you to? And here's the thing, they will be right. Because they did not ask you to, you did it willingly kwa roho safi. So nitenda wema nenda zako. Like whatever you do, give and forget. Like don't hold on to that. I think that's the only way you will be happy in life. Jukianza expect return. Basi heri tu useme pia Mr. Peana juu sitakuwa naomba.
Espiani.
Your heart.
Wacha tuishi.
Nitakuombea your heart.
Excuse me, I have countable people. I call hivi 5. You're like, amata hivi. Kama wachukui simu wako busy, wacha ni maintain wacha ni maintain nayo. Because honestly, it's sad that you get to realize people are not kind the way you are kind. And I'm like, who is your parent? Nani alileta huyo mtoto kwa hii dunia akikaa hivi?
Imagine me your kitu I found out in high school. So unaona venye unakujanga, you're new nini, it's your first time in boarding school, you are just in primary school, every day unaenda home nini. Most of you obviously mlikuwa na the same culture nikikupea you give me, si ndio? So shule yetu the beginning years before they banished all of that because they were saying everyone is coming in, some people cannot afford, so sisi wote tusikue nayo so that hata wenye hawezi afford wako tu sawa. So we used to carry a carton of biscuits, ile ya 300 biscuits, either kama unataka packed ama unataka tu zenye ziko ndani. Then drinking chocolate and sugar, which drinking chocolate na sugar bado ilipelekwa cause si kila mtu anawezanga kunywa majani, kuna watu wako na ulcers and they understood that, si ndio? Sasa mimi ni Mother Teresa. Nisaidie biscuits nampatia. Nisaidie zake zijaisha. But akinipata na zangu maybe nimebeba naenda kukula class ama niko nazo ama nazitoa kwa box. They're like nisaidie, nimpatie maybe 2 maybe 1. Si tukakula na yeye zangu zikaisha ama tukakula na wao. So now it's time zangu zimeisha, maybe hata ni a week after nimesahau. Them they know how to minimize, maybe wamekula 1-2 juu ni wachoyo.
Yeah.
So towards the end I'm like, so nipatie hata 1. They're like, mimi nilikwambia umalize zako. I'm like, nimalize zangu? Didn't we eat together? As in that is when it hit me that not everyone is as kind as you. Na si kila mtu alilelewa venye ulilelewa. Na si kila mtu ako na roho yako. So I accepted that people are different. You might help with a very good heart and willing heart, but ikifika ni turn yako, it's very very difficult. And I think upon the acceptance yangu ilitoka like
I think mimi ndio ninaanza ku accept sai. I think slowly. And then the generosity when it comes to money, that is something nataka nijishike hivi masikio. Nijitandike.
You're always willing to pay, you're always willing to give.
Exactly.
Like no ni sawa nitalipa, especially if you have the money.
I think pia it's how you also grow up. When you see like inafika pahali tu una feel like wewe ndio una-enjoy hata kuinini inafika pahali, but then later is like when you don't have it you also feel like mbona wanashinda sasa wakivurutana nani atalipa, you feel like.
And then it's very very difficult to ask because mtu mwenye tuseme amezoea I give. Sasa senye hauna pesa uko, oh my god, I shouldn't even go. Yeah, because I cannot even pay for nothing. And
that is so true.
Sitaweza kuambia sina pesa, can you just save my back? So I feel like hata mimi na wewe nika we are the same person.
Yeah.
Because pia mimi niko na hiyo roho. Like if I'm going somewhere with someone and I have the money, I will pay.
Yeah.
And of course kuna friends wenye of course they know that's you and they're not taking advantage, so mtakutana mahali katikati.
And I had a group of friends, by the way. We never cosaned about money.
You know,
it was so, yani ilikuwa tunajua tukisema we are going for lunch itakuwa like okay so litisha sijui the biggest prize ama nini
haina shida,
haina issue, we have no issue because bado hata tutaonja ama sijui nini, something will just happen in the middle of it. Itakuwa tu bill ikikam tuna split into 3 of us,
kila mtu analipa,
like it was like the trio, like it was just something. Hadi tukienda hata vacation it was never, maybe anajua mimi niko chini, unajua from the word good nakwambia mimi niko chini,
mimi sina dosa hii, anakwambia wewe sawa kuja come through.
It never was a problem. And then yule mtu mwenye you knew like umekwama you need like 30k
unawapigia
nahitaji 30k nini watakusort because naye pia anajua utarudisha. And I wish that so many of us can actually be that honest, ama we can be lucky enough to have such kind of friends who you're willing to go that. Na si tunaogopa, unajua ni kama mimi nikikupea dosi ogopi ati tutakosa kunirudisha, alisha nikicall niambie di nakumbele do yangu
akini nimesota mpaka you start making that stories. I really need it. Imagine hata saizi nafaa kulipa as in now you're explaining why you need your money.
Imagine no we just babe umesema naomba nitarudisha by Friday ikifika na una hiyo do call
you know communicate
be like niaje I was expecting this money, I was supposed to return it but this is what is going on.
Ukinyamaza I know I did me that thing up sets me, yani you know you owe me money, you know you're supposed to return this time and this time. Hiyo siku inafika huongei, mimi hata hiyo ndo kenye inanibo. By the way it's not that you're not going to refund.
Mimi yangu ilikuwa inaniuma mpaka sasa naambia di mamangu, I'm like unakumbuka nani, because she knows most of my friends. Unakumbuka nani
amekata kunipea,
anafanya niambia Wamuyu, you have never learned that you should part ways with money that you are willing
I know
to let go. I'm like
I think that is one life lesson that mimi I took to the bank. Na bad mpaka sasa I think bado iko huko. Me if I am not ready to part with that amount of money, sir, ma'am, nakwambia tu sina, hata kama I have it, I'll just tell you I don't have it because pesa zingine surely
mi kila mtu angetunirudisha pesa zangu,
you be somewhere. Okay, mimi I really thank God that in this lifetime sijawahi kosana na mtu juu ya pesa. Sijawahi kosana na mtu juu ya pesa that nilimpea akakataa kunirudishia, na sijawahi kosana na mtu juu ya pesa alinipea nikakataa kurudisha. I don't remember. Na kama nimekukosea hit me up. I think I'm to my own na nimefanya hivyo.
I think hata siku hizi naambia tu Mungu it's fine. It's okay.
But nowadays wewe ni ule you don't want to look, but you know sometimes
mimi naye aibu.
I think mimi one thing I live by embarrassment is a state of mind. Hakuna kitu kama aibu in this life. Let me tell you, acha nipatie perfect example.
I don't beg.
No, you don't beg, sindio sawa. Yes. But pia don't be so willing to give.
That's not, I'm learning at this old age.
You'll be fine. You'll learn. Be easy on yourself.
Imagine sister now I'm growing up. I think by the time nafika 30 itakuwa sawa.
30 ni mbali. Next elections. 30 ni mbali. 30 is too far. But you know what? Uta survive. Waambia tu watu hauna. Akijisikia kulia ama akijisikia kusikia vibaya sikia vibaya na huko.
I think pia sijazoea historia kukua broke. It's not for me. I'm suffering.
Mimi living on a budget, being broke. Hey, I struggle. But you know sometimes like God just puts you there ndo ujue. Let's kumtu anakuambia sina hata so uko aje. No, una mia aje. You know, at least you understand. And maybe pia it is to trigger your faith. And pia ujifikirie uanze afresh because sometimes unajua inakuanga guy shoot I'm running broke so no what next.
And
maybe I think that is what
motivates to have even more money, to think of other ways to look for actually that's so true.
Exhaust your potential because most times unakuanga umekalio kwa zile za ngoja see I'm earning, okay why do I need to do the most, okay why do I need to do this, why do I need to do that.
But when I look about it the other side I feel like kukuwa na hizo boundaries ama vile una decide like you can't have this azingine pia inakutoanga kwa mashida mingi sana because hata mtu before kuje
anakuanga
amefikiria mara mbili I think twice
watu wa kubaby venye wanajisikia
kwanza mimi vile najonga na kuanga na sura ya kazi.
Imagine.
It's God given. At times I feel like I'm usually judged. But when nimefika pale I'm like, you know what, this is the only face I have and I need to accept it. And
but it's not a bad thing. It saves a lot of
sometimes it's a bad thing because if you even maybe looking for other, maybe an investor or something, not just to your face,
but let me tell you, you're a serious person. I don't think that should be a problem because sometimes squeezy watu don't judge from face value. I doubt. Makeup artists wangapi wamepull up mpaka huko. Ngoja, are you the one doing my face? Are you the assistant? Is the other one coming? You know,
what does that call me? What's up, reason? Itabidi kumbuka ile siku yangu ya nini photoshoot ya graduation vile ulikuja.
Uko ngoja, you the one? Wait. Assistant and
my mom is just like,
ni huyu. Acha nione kwanza venye atakufanya.
And I'm like, when unaanza yako. And I'm like, trust the process. Trust the process.
Everyone, especially kama unaenda kufanya makeup ya mtu and their mom. Most of the time the mom is usually like, mimi naona kufanya kwanza.
But inakuanga hivyo.
Pull up with a full face fit at 7 a.m. aje.
Unika, but mimi nasemanga lazima mtu akae hivyo ndio uamini. I mean, ni mechanic atakujaje bila oil nini utajua atafanya gari yako ikae vizuri.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But nowadays I feel like actually I was having that discussion with I don't know who. Aki ataskumbuki. And they were telling me ati no, a makeup artist to judge you from your makeup, as in a client to judge you from how you've done your makeup. I feel like they would be more convinced if you have your makeup on. But that won't make them like come to a judgment. They'll just ask you,
no, but
meet
also,
my face
it depends. If it's your first client, sometimes one is a little bit skeptical. Unless maybe you are going, even though it's their first time, it's from a referral. Like, because nka vile tunakuanga na hii mentality, expensive things are the best, and sometimes it's not. But then also ni vile pia unaweza enda kununua ka makeup and then unaona demia flani like tuseme kaa kona acne and everything, unajua utaogopa hadi kuenda
utaogopa ama anakuambia this is very nice, itakusaidia. Is it like, very nice? Ngoja, am I supposed to trust the process? Have you trust the process? Have you trusted? wewe ukijiangalia umetrust hiyo process, umetumia, unaniambia juu ya kutumia ama unataka tu kuuza?
Ni vile imekuharibikia. Imekuharibikia then unataka
ona sasa. Sasa pia mimi nitakwambia let me go think about it, I'll come back.
But I feel like man, what unaongea hata jisa zingine when okay tuna deviate kidogo, but I was talking about something nikaona kwa TikTok the other day. Anasema people are talking about hapa friendship breakups, relationship breakup. Have you done a business?
Oh my God,
kika kuramba. A business.
Shoot.
What is a heartbreak?
Shoot. Tough.
Biashara itakuonesha wewe si mtoto wa mama yako.
Kwanza if you just put in your money kwa hapo umenunua vitu, especially I think mabiashara zile risky ni zile za umenunua stock. Sisi umenunua like I remember some event, sikumbukangi ni gani, I think I won't mention. There was this event that was supposed to happen. So people of course kuna kuanga na vendors wa food nini. So they did the most. They were like eat a journey nini because they are like known. And then wakanunua vitu, they are like wow, this will be a good day nini. Then I think a day or two to the event the people were like sisi hatuoni kama tutamake, so we think tutapostpone event. Niambie wale watu walikuwa wameshanunua chakula, umeenda umenunua stock, umetengeneza burgers or whatever you are doing. As in businesses zingine zinakonga tu risk. Sijuka utakula kwa nyumba au utafanya nini, but even if you eat at home like hamko wengi hivyo venye ulikuwa na imagine.
I think Mungu anapendanga business people in a special way.
Yeah.
Jupia Mungu anatupepeta roho.
Please anakuambia usijali, just hold on.
It's not easy.
It's not. Easy. Some days you fail, sometimes unauza unajambia, "Wewe nikiuza hivi siku zingine 2 is good." Siku zingine gani?
Which one? That was the last one.
That was the last one. You're there, you're struggling. Alafu of late business has been bad. Yo.
Sasa kifikia hapo juwe. Leo pali inachukuanga like bike ya 100 bob. It's just doubled overnight. Sasa ni 200.
Hayuko sore nakwambia kini hivyo na sizo ni mtu wako.
And then pia nakwambia aki sasa umeona vile mafuta imepanda.
Imagine mpaka you're like okay.
Umeona people are going to the extent sasa wanatumia gas kuendesha nduthi.
Oh my god, gas cylinder. Me I'm like ikitu tunaweza tulupukia. But okay, first and foremost I'm excited the fact that people are very creative. Innovative. But the second thing I'm just thinking ikitu hizi lipuka. Ni risk.
Maybe tu joto ya nini nduthi ukipanda hiyo mlima kwanza hii hapa ya nini.
Nilipuke pasuke murushwe. God. Hizi nini tunasema? We will not.
Because but I feel like
but mimi saa zingine hata I feel bad because I'm like okay huyu mtu ananiambia ana insist ni hiyo 200 but pia mimi nikimfinyilia sawa atakubali because ana choice but imagine pia yeye anafinyika mahali juu pesa ndo anategemea buy fuel biashara iendelee aende most of them are even parents walipe school fees nini
ninakumbuka my first high school I went to is when I got the shocker of my days because the primary I was good. When I went to now high school is when I realized the things that you have never thought about. Ujefikiria mama mboga anakuanga na mtoto alafu mtoto anakana high school
you know.
And for me it was like maybe first time was like because it was a public school. Vile mnaitangwa unapata maybe term mnalipa kitu ka 17. For me I was like primary what nalipa was so expensive so hii ni cheap. Like hii ni walk over.
Mtu anafukuzwa bado.
Ndio msana anafukuzwa. Actually sikuwa nimeona watu wanafukuzwa for school fees. And then unapata now huyu amekuwa na nini kutoka form 1
arrears
form 1 sasa ako form 2 ako form 3 inafika sasa ako form 4 anaambia sasa huwezi register exam
mpaka umalize
hii nini
ndio like
that's when I was like msezi afford pads
you know those are the things
but until you go through some things in life you'll never think that other people are going through that ama unaona gato ni kawaida when you're passing you never think about it like critically
and maybe that's why by the way mimi na feeling hivi baya mpaka I'm like nikita huyo mama wa kuosha I know she has a family because imagine most do hata kama hana like a husband and nini maybe ako na watoto.
That's true.
Na anafanya hii kazi at least ajisupport. Mimi nakuanga very generous with those people because I'm like they really need it.
You're their answered prayer.
They really need the job, they really need the money, they really need to hata kama rent yake ni 3,000 ana struggle kufika hiyo 3k. Unaona hiyo ni 1 minute
kana uza biscuit kwa tawa manjugu.
Imagine.
Before afikishe hiyo 3,000 atakuwa ameuza ngapi? Because if it is 50.
Even shop owners imagine profit yao inakuwa 1 bob 2 bob per item. Anauza ngapi ndio afike hata 100 a day save? It's tough. By the way ni kugumu.
Hivyo ndo tumechange kutoka boundaries
tukafika kwa economy watoto wenyewe.
But anyway, I feel like people get the point at which that we need to identify our value, our worth. You know what? It is okay. And sometimes it's these are people it's a season. You need to shed off watoke kwa life yako ndio sasa hata wewe uweze kuprosper. Mimi watu walikuwa wamekushikilia bahali.
And you'll notice sometimes when you end some friendships because I remember hata mimi kuna time nilikuwa nakosana na watu mpaka I'm like am I the problem? Last week nilikosana na nani? This week ndo tena nimekosana na nani? Mpaka I just feel bad but I'm like no, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to try and make things right because I feel like there's wamenikosea. When I analyze it I'm like no, I'm the victim. Kama I'm not supposed to say that or think of it that way. But ni mimi I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And they're not sorry. Warudi mwenyewe waniambia I'm sorry. So they don't want to make things right. Mbona mimi ndo ni take your initiative and I go and apologize and try to nini the bond, you know. So sometimes ina taking it too time but you'll get there eventually. You'll just notice, hey, I've lost this one. Hey, I've lost this one. But when you find the ones, hata sometimes unakujanga kujua friendship is overrated. You're just forcing. Like, you can live without them.
Or at times, you find your growth is the one which is actually pulling people away from your life. And it is okay, actually.
It is fine.
Yeah. Because, I mean, people who are for you, they are for you. And they will grow together with you. Correct. And it's fine. And please don't lower your boundaries. Don't allow people to be entitled in your life. And their time to serve imeisha. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with that we have been able to tackle the nini because me na wewe tunaweza ongea.
Tunaweza ongea DK.
What do you do?
I'm a makeup artist. I'm at Westgate at the moment. You guys come through, get your demos and stuff. So niongea kama cribs, get your demos and stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like side hustle yako yenye clients wako.
You know, side hustle. Luckily this Mark Cosmetics, I prayed, I fasted. My guys, I manifested.
Amen.
It is here, so that's the main hustle. You can come through.
Sorry.
Yeah. But anyways, I am a freelance makeup artist as well. You can reach me through _ Diane.
You have a wedding.
You have a wedding.
You have a graduation.
Your sister does. Your auntie, their mom, their
Arorasio.
neighbor, everyone.
At a kind of funeral, please look good.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about the cops.
No.
Yes, please. My Instagram handle. I'm so scared of dead bodies.
Wait, cops do your makeup?
Kunao, yeah, even they do nails. Yeah, wanafanyanga. Samahani. Anyway, _ Dianes DIANES.artistry. That is my business page. Interact with me. And yeah, let's do business.
And I think with that, thank you so much. This was actually episode number 8. Can't wait. And tell a friend to tell a friend. Find us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, all platforms. Whisper It Loud Podcast. And we recently joined TikTok, so please also find us there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. And we're on the road to 100 subscribers. I know it looks very tiny, but then this is a journey of one step.
1,000 steps.
Oh, 1,000.
1,000 miles starts with one step. Yeah.
Exactly.
Correct.
Thank you so much. Whisper It Loud Podcast. Peace. You're listening to the Whisper It Loud Podcast.